Did anyone else's mom refuse to let them shower during their period? I honestly thought this was normal until I was 16. Growing up, my mom had one rule that she treated like it came directly from the government. No showers during your period. Not be careful, not take shorter showers, no showers period. The time I got my period, I was 12. My mom sat me down and explained all these rules about becoming a woman. Most of it sounded normal. Then she casually added, "And don't shower until it's over." I remember staring at her. "What do you mean?" She looked surprised that I even asked. "The cold water can make you sick." I pointed out that we had hot water. She said that didn't matter. I asked why. She said, "That's just how it's always been." That became the answer for everything. Why? Because that's how it's always been. For years, I followed the rule. It sounds ridiculous now, but when you're a kid, your parents are basically the final authority on reality. If my mom told me periods and showers didn't mix, I believed her. I grew up in a pretty sheltered household, and honestly, I assumed everyone followed the same rule. Every month, I'd spend several miserable days using washcloths at the sink while avoiding actual showers. I hated it, especially during summer, especially after gym class, but arguing never worked. My mom would immediately shut it down. "You can wait a few days." Then when I was 14, something weird happened. I was at a sleepover with 3 friends. One of them disappeared into the bathroom carrying a towel. A few minutes later, she came out with wet hair. I casually asked, "You're on your period though, right?" She looked confused. "Yeah, why?" I said, "You just took a shower." Now all 3 girls were staring at me. One finally asked, "Why wouldn't I?" I immediately realized I sounded insane, so I changed the subject, but the question stayed in my head. For the next 2 years, I kept noticing things. Girls at school talked about taking baths during their periods. Advertisements literally showed women showering. Nobody else seemed worried. Nobody else seemed banned. Then when I was 16, my biology teacher accidentally destroyed my mom's entire argument. We were covering reproductive health. At the end of class, someone asked if there were activities people should avoid during period. The teacher said no. Then she added, "Actually, maintaining good hygiene is important. Regular showers can help you feel more comfortable." I raised my hand immediately. What if someone says showering during your period is dangerous? The entire class turned toward me. My teacher looked genuinely confused. Dangerous how? I didn't have an answer because honestly, my mom never gave one. That afternoon, I went home and confronted her. I expected another lecture. Instead, she got weirdly defensive. She kept repeating that it was what her mother taught her and her grandmother before that, and every woman in their family. Finally, I asked the obvious question. "Did grandma stop you from showering too?" My mom went quiet, then she nodded. For the first time, she didn't sound confident. She sounded embarrassed. A few days later, I decided to test it. I waited until my mom went grocery shopping. Then I took a shower, a completely normal shower. Hot water, shampoo, conditioner, the whole thing. I walked out expecting something terrible to happen. Nothing happened. I just felt clean. When my mom found out, she was furious for about 20 minutes, then something unexpected happened. A few weeks later, she knocked on my bedroom door. She looked uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. Then she admitted she'd asked her doctor about it. Apparently, the doctor told her exactly what my teacher said. There was no medical reason to avoid showering during your period. My mom sat on my bed for a minute, then quietly said, "I guess some traditions are just bad information that survives long enough to sound true." That was probably the closest thing to an apology she has ever given me. The funniest part, a year later, I overheard my mom explaining periods to my younger cousin, and when my cousin asked if she could still shower during them, my mom immediately said, "Of course, why wouldn't you?" I nearly choked on my drink.